What can we learn which is new about Matisse in this retrospective, which is exceptional?
Actually, it's a big retrospective dedicated to Matisse, who was, of course, one of the most important and influential artists of the 20th century. And in the same time, it's also an invitation to a journey. The exhibition is based also on a poem of Baudelaire, who is called L'Invitation au Voyage. And so the exhibition is really conceived as a journey, as a voyage through the work of Matisse from the beginning to the end, where you can really learn a lot about the exceptional and unique artistic development also of this exceptional artist. And in fact, Matisse was also quite a big traveler, so he traveled a lot. He traveled also quite far. He went first to the Mediterranean, let's say, countries south of France, then to the north of Africa, Algeria, Morocco, and later on he even went to Tahiti, to the South Pacific. So traveling was really important for his life, but also for his work. And we know, in fact, that he was also quite influenced by his travels. So the experiences that he got during his travels could be an inspiration from the landscape, from the different cultures, from the people, had then really also quite a big impact on his own artistic development, and he was really inspired by the experiences of his travels. So maybe this is also something that opens up to a new perspective on Matisse.
Because he dares to go, he's 60s, and he dares to go to Tahiti, which is very far. He crosses America by train, and he goes to Tahiti alone.
Absolutely.
Right?
He goes alone, and as he says, he goes on the search of light, of another light. And the search of light is in general the leitmotif in his motivation to travel. So this is something really important, the search of light, which of course means also the search of color, of a new intensity of color. And this was certainly also one of the main reasons why he did this long trip to Tahiti.
And what are the paintings you are showing that you are very proud of?
We show a lot of works also that haven't been exhibited for a long time. Namely, we have the Basels with a turtle, which comes from the St. Louis Art Museum in Missouri, which is really a masterwork from his early fourth period, where you see also the influence, namely of African sculpture. So also this multicultural dimension, which is important to Matisse. This is a work which I'm especially proud of, but we have more than 70 works from all over the world. So it's hard to say which. Yeah.
Which is your favorite kid?
One of my favorites is in fact the one that we see here in the background.
And why is it your favorite?
It's called the Blue Nude with green stockings. For me, it's like the quintessence of Matisse. In fact, we know that with his paper cutouts, he created like the synthesis of his work in a certain sense. And you see with these, also in this motif, he reduces the palette, the color palette to a maximum, but in the same time it's also an enormous intensity of the color that he celebrates. Then actually the shapes are flat, and in the same time they have a very strong volume also. Just also through this little cut here, he manages to give a real extreme, almost sculptural presence to this basically very flat composition. So I think this is really also amazing that he's able to unify these artistic contrasts in a way. And what I think is very touching is also that you have to consider that this work was created when Matisse was already around 82. He created 2 years before he died, and it's a work full of freshness and lightness also, which announces also future generations of artists.
Like, as we said, like Klein too.
Klein,
Anthropométrie.
Absolutely, but also the pop art, the American pop art. I mean, we are not far away from Warhol, from Tom Wesselmann. So you see also the enormous influence that he had then on future generations of artists.
And when we finish looking at his exhibition, we really think about the radicality of Matisse. Huh?
Absolutely.
He put himself in danger all the time.
Absolutely.
So that's very impressive.
Yeah, his evolution of artistic development is really exceptional, and he's constantly in search of new ideas, of new ways of expression. He's constantly reinventing himself up to the very latest works.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.